It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go from East Rutherford. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
First down, Eagles.
Herbert now. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
5-9. Ready.
Herbert on 1st down. And that's completed right side. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Give now to the running back. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
18, run. Let's go now.
From the 37. He puts some power on a deep one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. They'll run here on 1st down. That's a big hole left. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Set up.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Touchdown, New York! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This finds Smith. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Giants will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Play action on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw now. Has it in close. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. On the move, headed right. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal.
Go!
Tight end in motion left.
Hut, hut.
Goal to go, they're passing. Has it in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go, here we go.
He gets it headed right. And he's in for the touchdown. The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Herbert from the gun. He's on the move. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 21-7 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're set up with it after the pick to end the first. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, that is not how you make the most of an opportunity when your defense gives you the football back. But the good news is, Brock, at least they get another shot at it.
Yeah, when you're running on the field, you feel the joy of that defense, right? They just got you a possession. They're giving you an opportunity.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. Herbert now, blitz coming. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Giants are going to like where they start out for this drive.
Okay, ready?
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Giants will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Hits him on the out route. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 21. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants make it a 3-possession game. McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10.
Set. 380.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Herbert with a blitz coming. Taken in by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's low and bounces short of his man. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now Herbert again. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Herbert throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. He's got Smith. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Herbert to throw once more. Escapes the pocket. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Catch made by Austin. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. He tries to sneak it. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain for them, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Giants using their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
12. Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Ready.
They snap it to Herbert. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
They'll come out throwing. He's got a man left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set.
From the 38. Short pass brought in. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Ready. 18, pioneer. Check go.
Setting up a throw. He finds Neighbors right side. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They are throwing it again. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They motion the slot man right. 2nd and 10 now. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Coming off the edge, and it's blocked!
We could say they picked a great time to block the kick, but let's be honest. Any time is a great time to get through and block one. It really rewards the effort that those special teamers put in each and every time out. It might not always get noticed, but it sure does there. Big time.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Warriors 70. Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready?
They'll throw on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Trying again following the sack. Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Got it. Ready?
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. Ready?
He'll throw it. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Set.
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Set. 380. Set.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Headed out right. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Giants take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Go.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Finds a man right side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
70 Timberwolves.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's a New York touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two buildings.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it!
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel it. The whole sideline gets deflated, but I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams, and you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is, so making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Complete over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10, Herbert trying again. Throw left side, complete. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Go.
They just get the play off. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Eagles football, and they'll look for points here, but might be too little too late in a lopsided 4th quarter. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Now Herbert again. He's got Smith. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Set. Reload.
It's Herbert once more. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
You only get so many chances to make this type of play for your team. Boy, you'd love to see him come through there.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Set.
Herbert to throw once more. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And that brings up 3rd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. They snap it to Herbert. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. And up.
They go play action on first. He throws a bullet deep to their... That's caught at the 25. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
From the 32, this finds Smith. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Set. Go. Go.
Herbert on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Ready.
Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
1-1.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Crowd right.
Herbert here, third and long. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Working quickly here. Desperation time here on fourth. Oh, brother, it's another interception. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing off the play fake here. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 3rd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants ready to pick up their 8th win of the season. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set. Grenade. Grenade. Set.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Taken in by Smith. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This finds Austin complete. He has room past the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
59, 59. Set.
Working inside the red zone. Well, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Grenade. Why did they?
Herbert throwing again. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Herbert from the gun. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
59, 59. Ready?
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Giants make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.